Hello and welcome to this video on the present simple. This is main use number 2. In this video we're going to be looking at how to talk about regular actions or habits. So let's begin. So, present simple. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we can use the present simple to talk about regular actions or events, or to talk about habits. Now, let me show you what I mean. So, it snows every winter in Moscow. It snows every winter in Moscow. So, have a look at the timeline. You can see that in the past, snow every winter. And in the future, I am sure it will continue. So this is a regular action, a regular event in Moscow. I lived in Moscow for a while, and it was cold in the winter, really cold. Another one. I usually get up at 7 a.m. I usually get up at 7 a.m. Again, you can see from the timeline, this is a habit of mine. This happens regularly, usually. On Sundays I can stay in bed a little longer, but usually I get up at 7. Another one, my brother always has coffee in the morning, always. My brother always has coffee. And so you can see from the timeline, in the past, coffee, and in the future, I'm sure, coffee. Always. He loves his coffee. Now it's your turn to make a sentence with the present simple. I'll show you the structure, the form first, and then you can make a sentence. So we begin with I, and then it's have or live, etc. And then the rest of the sentence. They, you, we, with have, live, etc. And the rest of the sentence. And then he, she, it, slightly different. We have has, lives, etc. And then the rest of the sentence. Now I'd like you to tell me about a habit of yours. A habit. Tell me using usually. So usually, have coffee in the morning. Usually. So usually, coffee in the morning. And use the verb to have. Have. Please tell me that. You done it? I hope you said this. I usually have coffee in the morning. Another one. Tell me something that you always do. Always. So, in the evening, tell me this. In the evening, always check emails. Always check your emails. Please tell me that. Your habit. Have you done it? Now I'll go through the answers quite quickly, but if you need to pause the video to think for longer, please do. I always check my emails in the evening. Very good. Now I'm going to imagine, because I'm envious, I'm going to imagine that you live in a hot country, a beautifully hot country. Tell me something that never happens in your country. So tell me, never. In your country, and use the verb snow, to snow. Never snow in your country. Please tell me that. Are you ready? I hope you said this. It never snows in my country. So if you live somewhere hot, it never snows in my country. Now it's your turn to ask a question using the present simple. We'll start with a yes/no question. Again, I'll show you the form. So it's does with he, she, and then the verb. Or it could be do, I, they, we, you, and then the verb. So here's the question. You would like to ask me a question. Ask me a question. You want to know if I have coffee in the morning. You would like to know if I have coffee in the morning. Please ask me. Are you ready? Hope you said this. Do you have coffee in the morning? Yes, I do. Usually, I do have coffee in the morning with my breakfast. Yes. Now I'd like you to ask me a question about my brother. You would like to know if my brother has coffee in the morning. Ask me that. You want to know if my brother has coffee in the morning. Please ask me. You ready? Hope you said this. Does your brother have coffee in the morning? My brother always has coffee in the morning. Always. Now ask me about the weather in my city. You want to know, you would like to know if it snows in my city. You would like to know if it snows in my city. Please ask me that. Ready? Hope you said this. Does it snow in your city? Sometimes. Sometimes it does. Not every winter. But sometimes it snows. But no, not really usually. Now it's time to ask a WH, present simple question. Again, I'll go through the form with you first. So what, where, plus do, plus I, you, they, we, and then the verb. What, where, does, with he, she, and it, and then the verb. Or it could be what and who, with a verb, and then the object. So, please ask me this question. You would like to know what I usually have for breakfast. You want to know what I usually have for breakfast. Please ask me that. Are you ready? Sure? I hope you said this. What do you usually have for breakfast? I usually have eggs, toast, and a coffee. Usually. That's what I have. Now I'd like you to ask me this question. I'd like you to ask me a question about my brother. You would like to know what my brother usually has for breakfast. You want to know what my brother usually has for breakfast. Please ask me. Are you ready? What does your brother usually have for breakfast? My brother usually has cereal and coffee for breakfast. Usually. All right, one more. So you know what we have for breakfast. Now you would like to know, ask me this question. You want to know who usually cooks. So do I cook? Does my brother cook? Because I live with my brother. So you want to know, do I cook? My brother? Who? Ask me a who question. Who cooks? You ready? Hope you said this. Who usually cooks breakfast in your house? I do. Usually I do. Now, if you want to look at these two different kinds of questions, then please look at the form videos and I'll show you how to form these two different kinds of questions, these WH questions. All right? Thank you very much. Remember, we have a quiz you can do to test your knowledge of the present simple. There is also a practice video. So you can practice and practice to make sure that you can use this tense correctly. As always, take very good care of yourselves, have fun, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.